Welcome to At Home with Diane, a fireside chat. This is episode 2, season 5. And today I have Renee Rhittoff. Oh my gosh.
It's not easy.
Renee Rhittoff. And she's with Eastwood Homes, which is a new construction home builder here in the Triangle area. And she's an on-site sales agent for new construction. We are going to talk today all about new construction, what things to think about, things to look at, how to, engage with an on-site agent, and then the role of a buyer agent like myself. And
Okay, so I've been in new construction now for about 10 years, and prior to that I was in general brokerage for 5 years before that. I love new construction, especially in a growing area like this. A lot of our buyers are first-time home buyers because I know that in today's market with the interest rates, people are nervous to get away from the rental situations, and sometimes they have houses that have much better interest rates and they're afraid to give them up. So that's kind of been the difficult thing to navigate moving forward. But that being said, I think what a lot of buyers have to remember is that they can take advantage of the builder's incentives right now to bring that interest rate down, and then maybe they carry their mortgage for a few years, 2 or 3 years, and then they can refinance down the road.
I agree. I often tell people, the price is going to be the price. And we know that things are going to appreciate, at least here in the Triangle area and all in North Carolina. We know we've got about on average a 3 to 5% appreciation over time. But yeah, if you can do it and manage that monthly and get into, a new home, then yeah, down the road you just change it up and refinance that rate. But
and kind of the caveat of that is when people wait for the rates to come down, what they're not considering is that the home prices are going up. Because right now, most builders are kind of in that pattern where they sell 2 or 3 homes and then they raise the price. So they're on a trajectory just to keep raising those prices. So, I just started my community of 11 sales right now, so we've raised our prices about $6,000 just since last May.
How many homes do you plan to have in the Browning Mill community?
So there's 81 home sites altogether. So I've sold 11 pre-sales so far, and we have about 7 inventory homes on the ground.
Will there be amenities of any kind, or okay?
No, there's no amenities there, but the nice thing about that is that your HOA dues are low because there isn't a pool. So it's $550 a year for the HOA dues.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, and if you still want that pool, I know a lot of people come up from Florida and they're kind of used to their pool in the backyard. The nice thing is some of the lots do accommodate an in-ground pool. So as long as it fits within the septic lines, and I've definitely worked with buyers early on who actually required that, so I can actually write a contract contingent on a pool. So there's some leeway there as long as it doesn't, like I said, interfere with your septic line. And some of the things just to point out in their construction that you might not find with other builders, it's just when you walk into an Eastwood home, it kind of has that sort of rich custom feel to it. Little things that you don't think of, like maybe the 5 1/4 inch baseboards or the wainscoting and the chair rail that you might find in the dining room and the foyers, the tray ceilings in the foyers, the tray ceiling in the dining room or the primary bedroom. So some of it is community specific, but I can tell you with Browning Mill at least, like all of those things are included already.
And the other thing that impressed me when I was out there is this is a neighborhood and a builder that will still allow you to pick your lot, pick your house plan, pick your features. It's less and less today that you can do those kinds of things. So if you want to really build your home like from the ground up and have that very personal touch, I think that's
yeah. A lot of builders these days are going to like pick A, B, C, or D.
Yeah.
And we're one of the few out there that definitely let you create your home from the ground up. And the nice thing is that way you could put as much as you want into your home or as little as you want, because a lot of you out there, or maybe you have a husband or someone that used to be in the construction business, or they have friends, contractor friends that can do things down the road in your house that maybe you don't need right away. So you can save yourself some money in the front end, by doing maybe some more of that in the back end. We have our own in-house closing department. So we take care of that. We have our in-house lender if the buyers choose to work with our lender. We get some nice incentives and closing costs for that.
I tell people that you really do want to consider having someone represent you on your side as the buyer because, right, Renee, who are you ultimately working for?
Right, so I represent the seller, Eastwood Homes.
I live on the other side, right? I bring buyers to the new construction communities and things. So it's really important that we work well with the other side because really we're trying to partner all around this goal of getting you in your new home.
We appreciate our buyer agents. We really are grateful for them, and we still have a nice commission set up for them. So we just kind of work together. But I do know that buyers, they love working with their agents because it's just that little extra help along the way. And if they're first-time home buyers, of course, that makes them more confident.
And sometimes it makes it easier for you. Like,
Absolutely.
I've been on your side too.
Yes,
I've sold
yeah.
new construction,
Yeah.
and I don't know how you feel, but I felt like, when someone had representation, it just made it a little easier because we understand the language, we understand the process. Mill is in Wendell, in Johnston County. And so how do people find it? What should they do? How do they reach out? What's your...
So we have a website. If you just look up Eastwood Homes at Browning Mill, you'll see our website with all of our, we have actually 6 different floor plans. 2 of them are ranches, 4 are 2 stories. And of those 2 stories, 1 actually has a primary down, which is very popular.
What are the top 3 things you would tell somebody if they're embarking on new construction? What's your guidance and advice on that? What would you say?
3 things. Say, it's important to know, obviously it's the biggest investment. You hear that all the time, right? You might ever make in your life. So to get all of your facts straight from the very beginning is probably a number 1 thing. And I know Diane's job is to kind of break down that process and simplify it, because when you take it piece by piece, it's really not as overwhelming as it seems. Once you're under contract, about a week later, you get contacted by the design team, and then they schedule a separate appointment with them. Then you have 10 days to make changes. So the nice thing is it may feel overwhelming, but once you make your selections, you have 10 days to kind of sit back, maybe look at your Pinterest and your ideas, your decorating ideas, and see if this is really the route you want to go down. So that's definitely number 1. And of course, you want to make sure the area works for you. We have a huge site map when you come in, and just kind of put things in perspective, locations, from the airport, from downtown Raleigh. Maybe you work at RTP. So we realize that all those things are important when choosing. And then the third thing, just maybe do some research on in the area.
Yeah,
There's
what's
a lot of lakes.
locale, where is it into schools and
exactly.
shopping and things of that nature that you may have a personal preference around. New construction right now, there's a lot of incentives being offered to help, like Renee said, buy down. So it's definitely an option to consider if you haven't thought about it. And we're growing, we're just growing. The triangle keeps growing. In Wake Forest, we have like 12 people a day coming to Wake Forest. We still have like 62 something people a day into Wake County. I don't know how many are coming into Johnson County, but it's just a spill over to that. So we just have, like, people are coming here. And so it's natural that areas are going to expand, and great communities like Brown and Mill are coming online. If you want a little more space, you want a little more yard, you want a little bit more elbow room, but yet still be right near everything, Raleigh, Wendell, and Clayton, it's a great option. And so price point.
Yeah, price point. So right now, mine starts in the high 400s, and that's for our ranches that are around 1,800 square foot. And they go up to, the 2 stories go up to over 3,200 square feet. So yeah, you're kind of looking at, once you add on the lot premium and your options, you're probably in the 5 range, like mid to low to upper 5s. And then if you want a 2-story, it's usually maybe right around 6. And I can be reached at 412-708-1996.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Really
Thanks for
appreciate
having me.
it. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so new construction is an option for you. Consider Eastwood Homes. So thank you so much for watching. And again, it's At Home with Diane, Fireside Chat. And thank you.
Bye-bye.